We're going to talk a little bit today about the hand hacksaw. And you would think in a shop with milling machines and lathes and all kinds of high-tech equipment that the hacksaw really wouldn't have a place. But this is actually one of the more useful tools in the shop. It's really great for cutting quick cuts of steel, things like that. The way this works, we have different saw blades, and just like a bandsaw, it'll have number of teeth per inch. This is a 14 teeth per inch blade. With a hacksaw, we cut in the push direction, not the pull. So the teeth need to face the front of the saw. They simply clip into a clip at both ends. A set screw at the back tightens it, giving tension to the blade. Should be fairly tense in here. It shouldn't bend easily by hand. Remember, we want to match the tooth set to the thickness of work. So this is about a 20 tooth per inch blade, very fine blades. This would be cutting thin sheet metal, thin wall tubing. 14 teeth per inch. We're cutting somewhere around 8 gauge steel, something like that. So a little thicker, angle iron, stuff like that. For the most part, unlike a bandsaw, we can get away with a fine tooth blade for the most general cuts. We don't really have to change between different blades that often. It's much more forgiving as long as your minimum number of teeth is still in contact with the work. Anytime we hacksaw something, we're going to cut a piece of this is actually tool steel, water hardening tool steel. It's been annealed. We always want to lock it into the vise. It's never a good idea to have something just loose being cut. We're going to take the hacksaw, right hand on the handle, front of the blade here. We want to push gently a few times till we get a little bit of a cut started. That keeps the blade from walking around. When we cut, we want to go slow and use the full length of the blade. We don't want to do this. That's bad. It's going to be hard on your shoulders. It's going to be really hard on one section of the blade. And very commonly, you'll see one section of the blade broken out or torn because someone has just sat there and gone back and forth. You can actually cut very hardened pieces of steel by going very slow in a rhythmic motion. Don't get in a hurry. And actually what I'm doing here is putting downward force on the four-stroke and then releasing that force as I come back. So it's just a nice rhythmic piece. And you'll see we can cut through steel fairly quickly. I'm already halfway through in just a few strokes, and this is actually tool steel piece here. It is annealed, but it's still a fairly hard material.